63. There is no chance that the subject is a demon. He is male with a genome that makes him very much a member of the human race. I cannot, as a contributing member of the scientific community, agree with the assumption by some of my colleagues that he is, for lack of a better word, a god, an avenging angel, the right hand of doom, here to save humanity from its sins. But I cannot ignore that the timing of his arrival, the identity of his enemies, the fire and brimstone element to this catastrophe we currently find ourselves in has definitely shaken my scientific resolve. Maybe he represents humankind's rage, their will to persevere, to overcome that which would threaten our survival. He is uncompromising, a relentless being of violence that knows no mention of the hesitation shown by our many leaders and politicians during our time of judgment. The only thing they fear is him. He cut through them like a sickle through a field. His fury surpassing their own. He is faster, more relentless. I believe him now to be more than just a man. He is doom. There is only one dominant life form in this universe, and it carries a steel-barreled sword of vengeance. All hail the coming of the Destroyer. The Slayer's time is now. Our salvation. For as he gains in strength, so do they fall in numbers. The priests command the elements to the north and south, but he controls the fight. We watched as the Horde overwhelmed the very best and most advanced machinery and weapons technology that we could muster against the opposition. It was useless. They moved too quickly. They cared not for themselves, only sought out the blood of humanity. They were willing to sacrifice their own.
Oh boy, here we are. Welcome back, everyone! It's Thursday, my dudes! Welcome back, everybody, to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, Crypto Bro, and yes, you already guessed it. We are back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream as we chill the vibe down in memory of an exciting market. May we all bow our heads and pray that the market, at some point very soon, decides to not be fucking boring. But I digress. We still have plenty of things to talk about. So why not? Why not hop on in? Man, no requests today. Looks like today's stream is gonna be a quick one. Yeah, no requests today. That is unusual. Anybody that watches these streams, I have a request for you. If you're part of the YouTube community, if you're part of the Blackfire Technical Analysis Facebook community, and you watch these videos, man, give me some requests, man. I'm looking to get these streams. I'm looking to stretch these streams out as long as humanly possible, but it looks like I might only be on here for 20 to 30 minutes today. It's unfortunate that I have no requests. Now, obviously, that is barring any potential requests that we may receive in the comment section today. I get one person, man. I get one person almost every day commenting their requests. Questions. It makes me question how seriously some people take the stock market. But maybe that's just me being an asshole. Give me some requests, guys. I will do them. I will analyze them to the best of my ability. And while this is not financial advice, as I am not a financial advisor, I am providing my own speculative opinion and speculative analysis on any market that I am provided with. And I will have to say, again, not as financial advice, but I have been very, very, very fucking accurate lately with some of this price action movement here. Again, if you plan for everything, it's almost impossible for one of your plans not to play out, right? Drop some requests, guys. Give me an opportunity to extend the length of my streams. Otherwise, I'm gonna just analyze what I am paying attention to and what I am focused on, trading. And it'll be short. Today might be short. No requests right. I'm a little sad about that. The fact that I don't have requests right now. But I digress. We do have stuff to cover here. We do have significant importance here to talk about here. We're going to go ahead and start off with Nasdaq. Got a couple of critical signals here flying off the handles, not confirming support on the 21, actually continuing to resume as tentative resistance here for Nasdaq. Again, we are looking at Nasdaq 100 E-mini futures today. Again, still caught within the confines of this overall range. Only got 4 levels to pay attention to here. Maybe 5. I'll go ahead and put a resistance here at the 5th level here, just to signify its relevance in this price action here. It's consolidating. It's still ranging. It is still ranging. It's consolidation until the end of consolidation. Now, I will have to say, with confidence, again, the negative slope here on the 21 exponential is adding some juice to my analysis here, giving me more confidence that this one likely breaks to the downside. I would say, with confidence, with any candle closure below 15,710, with confirmation, I will be looking for a full pull into that diagonal trend line of support here, which is perfectly aligned with a horizontal line of support as well at roughly the $15,300 region here. And I would be very confident that as long as we are above this diagonal trend line here, the macro trend as a whole is not being threatened. Now, I would say with confidence, with any closure below this next support to the downside, again, 15,300, that's when I get slightly concerned for the macro trend as a whole. I would be targeting overall a move all the way down to the current macro low at 14,450. Now, any candle closure below there, boom, we have ourselves the precipice of a macro change of behavior. And things likely get dirty and nasty, right? Things likely get dirty and nasty. I don't think we've seen a legitimate macro structural change of behavior in Nasdaq's price action for a very significant period of time. Again, this being the only laggard outside that disposition, the coronavirus crash here back in March of 2020. But still, at the end of the day, you know, where bear? Where bear? Where is bear? Fucking nowhere! Literally nowhere! The bear market doesn't exist, apparently! Bear Jesus won't fucking be here! I so desperately want Bear Jesus to step in and absolutely fucking cream pie this market. To be quite honest with you, I want the market to die. I want there to be blood in the streets. I want there to be a cataclysmic economic issue. I want this stock market to fucking fold. Again, what I want and what is really happening are two different things. But where bear? Where bear? Nowhere bear, bro. Nowhere bear, bro. Not today, not fucking ever. Not since like here. But this wasn't even a bear market. This was like, oh, just a little bit of a downtrend. Just kidding, fuck you. Back to the upside, right? I mean, how long has it been since we've got a legitimate long-term time frame downtrend? Look at fucking that right here. 2000. 2000. Boom! Structural lower high. Structural lower high. Structural lower high. Structural lower high. Boom! Macro lows. Bull market ever since, in my opinion. Bull market literally since the end of 2000, end of 2001 here. Let me go ahead and look at that, cross-reference it. When did we boom? 2002, 2 years bear market, boom. Fucking 20 years bull market. Nothing about any of this, in my opinion, is bearish. I am like dumbfounded by this price action right now, but coming closer here, looking at the structure right now, again, macro, I have nothing negative to say about the macro just yet. Nothing, unless we confirm some type of macro change in behavior. And even on the weekly time frame, it is the macro low here on the weekly time frame is 14,007 here. But we see that wick low here at 14,450, basically being my conservative confirmation points. Unless we see a change in behavior, man, I am fucking bullish on all accounts for this asset here. While it remains in a consolidation phase, we do have targets to the downside. Let's talk about targets to the upside. The only way I'm going to be convinced that we have movements to new all-time highs here is with an open and closure above the current all-time high resistance at 16,400, upon which I'll look for confirmation, followed by follow through to the next level, somewhere around the 2.272 Fibonacci extension target at $17,300. But momentum oscillators does not suggest the latter here. Another break below the 50 read here, looking for potential confirmation. Negatively sloped exponential on the RSI continues to act as tentative resistance here. And look at what we have right here on stochastics. Perfect touch of that 60 read here of the bottom side of the bullish control zone. Boom, swift rejection in confluence with a back test of current resistance getting met, and boom. So the target to the upside was met. The target to the upside was absolutely met and was absolutely tradable. But guess what? Boom. Never confirming the 21 as tentative support, confirming it as resistance once again. And now we see that negative slope here continuing further down. So I am going to be looking for one of two things here. Either one of those levels breaks to the upside or to the downside, or we remain in a consolidation phase until one of those levels to the upside or to the downside breaks. That is my main disposition, although I do have a personal bias. My personal bias doesn't fucking matter. What really matters is what confirmation signal that I receive on the price action chart and in my momentum oscillator charts here that will dictate my decisions and my game plan for either direction here. So until then, consolidation until proven otherwise, and it is likely the same thing for SPY futures here. Yes, indeed, we actually have a base of support. I'm going to mark it. Boom. Obviously, the consolidation is a little bit tighter, but nonetheless, we saw another back test of the all-time high resistance. Yes, we have rising wicks, which does give me that confidence that maybe, hey, yeah, maybe we do get a little bit of stab. Oh no, just kidding. Fuck you. Rejection. Back to test the 21 exponential here. Yes, while it is confirming support and it remains as support, there is a lot of pressure on it right now, and we have a couple of conflicting indicators to discuss here. Stochastics coming up to the top side of the bullish control zone, rejecting. Although the momentum to the downside doesn't look so strong, I don't like the fact that we saw rejection here. Not a good sign. RSI here playing real tight with that that 50 read once again. False cross above the exponential here, getting rejected once again. Perfectly in confluence with rejecting the current resistance here. 2 indications is what I'm looking for here. Any candle closure below current support at 46.30. I will look for continuation below the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, all the way down to 45.45 spot 75. And on the flip side here, any candle closure above the current all-time high or resistance, I will be looking for extension to the 1 spot 272 Fibonacci extension at 48.20. Give or take a few bucks here, but at the end of the day, what I'm waiting for here is this consolidation phase to come to a resolution. I want to see resolution, and until I see resolution, I can't tell you guys that I'm confident one way or the other. Although momentum oscillators here suggest the latter, this suggests the potential downside momentum. Price action dictates the overall decision at the end of the day here. So I'm going to be looking at horizontals, not the 21 necessarily, because we are again seeing chop around that 21 here on both of these assets. So the 21 is not the reliant indication here as far as this consolidation period is concerned. I'm going to be looking for one of these horizontals to break to the upside or to the downside to further dictate my decisions and my game plans for future trades here. Going on, moving forward to the US dollar index. Where are you, big old baby boy? Where the fuck is Dixie? There it is. Boom! Oh shit! This is the first time I'm looking at the US dollar index today, and look at what we got. Clean rejection yesterday. I think we did talk about that. We had a nice spike above resistance that ultimately confirmed below, and then yesterday's candle, boom, back below the 21. 21 has been forced into a negative slope. Momentum oscillators are speaking volumes on this one. A clean rejection of the bottom side of the bullish control zone speaks volumes for the potential downside momentum here. Again, not from a macro perspective, from an immediate short-term, medium-term time frame perspective. The momentum looks to be down here. Exponential and stochastics back to a negative slope as well. Another drive of bearish divergence confirming on the RSI, rejecting yet again that negatively sloped exponential. Again, I try to remind you guys that just because we see a break above, an initial break above, does not fucking confirm anything. It doesn't confirm anything unless we get a secondary candle closure above support, right? Or a second tick above the exponential here on an RSI perspective. What do we see? Boom, new lows once again. Bearish divergence forcing RSI all the way back to the downside here alongside price action. I am going to be looking for a little bit more of a move if and only if we get today's candle closure to confirm below the 21, as it does look like it wants to act as tentative resistance, upon which I will look for a forceful move all the way back down to 95 spot 50, but in my opinion likely lower to the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity for the macro time frame, for the macro trend perspective, which could align a move to the horizontal supports right around at 94 spot 55, right? Things get a little concerning if that macro trend line breaks, but again, as long as we are above the macro low here at 93 spot 32, I am long-term bullish on this asset. And again, given the formation that we are being presented with here, I have no reason to be long-term bearish on this whatsoever. Maybe short-term and medium-term bearish, again, as we did just break the 21 and are looking for potential confirmation below. If we get confirmation below, I absolutely will be looking for targets to the downside. However, we could easily see, a reversion back above the 21 exponential, at which point I would look for, boom, another test of that current resistance here. Again, there's a lot of pressure on that resistance right now. I do believe it is a weak resistance. Obviously not acting weak, forcing price action to the downside. That doesn't take away the probability here, the possibility of price action moving above that region here. And again, damn, I can't even talk. The disposition is the same for this resistance. Any candle closure above a 96 spot 55, I will look for a full $1 extension to 97 spot 70 here. But until proven otherwise, currently sitting below the 21, man, and looking for confirmation for entry here to the downside. So if you're trading Forex, man, again, it's just my personal opinion. It's my personal trading strategy here. But the 21 exponential moving average strategy here is fucking powerful in my opinion. But again, we've seen these little trades below the 21 here play out to the downside. Boom, macro low. We've seen it in the past before. Here, hits a blow off top. Boom, below the 21. Nice little tradable trade. Maybe taking profits to the downside. Boom, macro low confirmed. Same thing here. We got a big 21 exponential trade. right here, and this one was very, very, very profitable, potentially profitable here, and then macro low confirmed, boom, to the upside. So, while the disposition from my perspective is to the downside, it could be very short-lived, unless proven otherwise, right? Unless proven otherwise. And that proof otherwise would be confirmations of new macro lows, lower lows, which would flip my bullish perspective into a bearish perspective. That is going to do it for the dollar index here. Moving on. Let's go ahead and check out the Hall of Fame. Same disposition, down. Still looking for the $1.46 target to the downside here, and until proven otherwise, that is the main disposition. The only proof otherwise would be a candle closure above the $1.80 resistance. Again, just because we close above resistance does not mean it's fucking bullish, right? We are not bullish at all in my perspective here, unless we confirm new macro higher highs and then confirm another macro higher low. I want to see confirmation of an uptrend, and that could take time to formulate. So until that time, I am absolutely not bullish on this asset. RSI really playing real tight with that with the top side of the bearish control zone once again. Rejecting the negatively sloped exponential here, not looking juicy. Stochastics, boom, back into the bearish critical zone. This is what something that's absolutely bearish looks like here. Hall of Fame Village, again, from a trading perspective, not looking so hot. But from an investment perspective, which I am an investor of the Hall of Fame Village, I have firm belief that this one will be fucking amazing at some point in the future when the project is finished and generating revenue. Currently, it's bearish. It's coming down, and I'm looking to just scoop up as many shares of this bad boy as I humanly possibly can. And again, you guys have to remember here, very, very, very young asset. Very young. When did this one come out? July 2020. So we're just over a year old on this asset here. Again, even with an asset that's under 2 years old, I still am not confident on my analysis. Although a lot of my analysis for this one has absolutely been playing out. This one has actually been giving me a lot of fucking confidence from the bearish perspective. It has opened up my eyes and has allowed me to learn about the bearish perspective a little bit more. Obviously, because Bitcoin's been bullish, Nasdaq's been bullish, SPY Futures has been bullish, Dow Jones Industrial has been bullish for like 20 fucking years. I get to utilize this asset here and get a real understanding and a real flavorful taste of what a bearish market really looks like here. And boom, here it is, below the 21. As long as we're below the 21, I have no hope. Absolutely no hope. I think this one gets absolutely crushed. Again, it doesn't matter what I think. What I think doesn't matter, you guys. You got to remember, what I think doesn't matter. What the chart tells us is what matters. But if I had to put my personal bias out there, absolutely, I'm looking for a $1.46 to the downside here. And the only proof otherwise would be a break of resistance. Now, if we're talking about the macro bullish perspective here, a start, something that would get me to say, maybe we see a bullish reversal, would be a closure above the current lower macro high at $2.17. Until that condition is met, I have zero upside targets. Again, while they are outlined in my plan, and obviously the first target to the upside, if that were to be confirmed, is 231, I am absolutely not confident that this one's going to revert to a bullish sentiment anytime soon. So no upside targets, absolute downside targets, continuing to utilize current resistance as resistance at $1.80. I'm looking for a $1.46. Moving on here, Bitcoin. Unfortunately, this is going to be the last thing that I look at today, ladies and gentlemen. Again, no requests. I highly recommend you guys drop some requests. If you guys want these streams to go for more time, give me everything, man. I don't want 3 or 4 more requests anymore. I want like fucking 20, 30, 40, 50 requests. I want to be on these streams for 2 hours minimum from now on. So if you have requests that you want me to look at, absolutely do not forget to drop them either in the Blackfire technical analysis post that I do every morning. And again, from my perspective, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is my morning hours because I wake up at 1, go to work, and then I generate the post at 2 o'clock or 2:30 or something like that. Drop them. Drop the requests, you guys. I have no problem analyzing anything that you guys put. Dude, I want the good. I want the bad. I want the ugly. I want the shit coins. I want the shit stocks. I want the absolute most destructive coins. Absolute most amazing coins, and same thing with stocks. I want the most destructive stocks and the most best stocks and everything in between, you guys, because it gives me an opportunity to, look at assets that I've never seen before. It gives me an opportunity to study trades that I would have never previously studied. It just opens doors for me, and my perspective is it opens doors for you guys too. So please drop those comments. Drop those requests in the comments, either on the live stream while I'm streaming or in the Blackfire Technical Analysis community, where I post each and every single day during the week. Don't forget to comment your requests. None today, so we're going to hash up with Bitcoin, and that's going to cut it for today, you guys. Looking at Bitcoin here, same disposition, just like Nasdaq and SPY futures here. Consolidation until proven otherwise. Now, you'll notice here that I have two red lines here, right? The thicker red line here at the bottom is the official change of behavior point for Bitcoin. Any candle closure below this, I am looking for a swamp. A full bear market to ensue. That'll be confirmation, macro change of behavior. I'm going to be looking for it to be swamped to the downside. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be talking about targets to the downside. Price action is well and far away from that. I have this median line here, this red line here at 46,450, right? So I'm looking at this one. We are holding support. This region here could be that macro low. Let me go ahead and delete the blue box here and generate a new one. So we'll go ahead and revert this back to a blue line. Boom. And then put a blue box here. What? Can I have my box, please? There we go. Nice little blue box territory here. This is a critical point, in my opinion, for Bitcoin's market here. Yes, while it is consolidating, as the title suggests, boring markets usually lead to explosive movements here, and we do see an explosive asset here consolidating, tightening up its range here, remaining within the new blue box territory of peace and prosperity confidently. Any closure above 49,800, I will look for moves towards the 21. Now, from a conservative standpoint, again, this is more of an aggressive analysis, but from a conservative standpoint, I would be very, very, very confident that this is the macro structural higher low that we have been waiting for quite some time, if and only if we confirm a break above the 21, followed by a secondary candle closure above the 21, right? At which point, yes, I'd start looking for targets towards 53,000, 55.7, all the way up, levels all the way up, because obviously I'd be entering in a long position here, looking for my first take profit. Any candle closure that confirms above the 21, my first take profit level likely becomes 53,000 here. However, to the downside, any candle closure here below 46, I'd just say 46.5. Any candle closure below 46.5, then I believe that the macro trend is being threatened. Yes, the first target to the downside likely becomes 44.8 or 44.9, but ultimately I would look for 40,007 to start play out. And this thick red line is where the macro trend becomes threatened, right? I think it's being threatened already, but anything can happen, right? Plan for everything. Plan for everything and expect nothing here. So we could easily confirm a macro structural higher low here. Boom. Blast off to new all-time highs. Or we could confirm closures below this blue box territory and fall all the way down and threaten the macro trend. Any candle closures below the macro low at 40,700. I think this one gets fucking destructive, and then we're going to have to start talking about targets to the downside at 37,000, 38,000, 35,000 and lower. I would be looking for the macro perspective to change at that point. But for now, the way I'm looking at it here, it is ranging in that blue box territory. Stochastics here did bounce off the bearish control zone and cross back up, but it is starting to lose that strength to the upside. While RSI here never had strength to begin with, we did see a little bit of a cross above the exponential. But guess what? Boom, breakdown right back below the exponential once again. So just more evidence of consolidation, and it is, in my opinion, consolidation until proven otherwise. We have our upside confirmation point and our downside confirmation point. I think that's where I'm going to leave Bitcoin, guys. And that's where I'm going to leave the stream. Again, I do apologize for the shortness of the stream, but ultimately, the length of the stream is completely codependent on how many requests in the Blackfire technical analysis community that I receive on my daily posts, and the amount of comments and requests that I receive during the live stream. I understand it's a very, 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 very late hour, but please remember that you can always come on the following day after this stream, and it's likely that my analysis remains relevant. So please drop your comments, drop those analysis requests. I want everything that you're looking at, and I want everything that you're making fun of as well. I want to be able to analyze pretty much everything: good, bad, ugly, disgusting, and absolute shit, and everything in between. So please, 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 please drop those comments, drop those requests every morning or in the stream. I will be ecstatic to analyze them for you, and I think that's going to wrap it up, everybody. Anybody that comes through that's new and watches this stream, thank you for coming by. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. And anybody that is currently in the community and supporting the community, my heartfelt thanks goes out to you. I wouldn't be able to be doing this with confidence if it weren't for you guys supporting and studying with me and conversating with me and teaching me more things, and I'm teaching you more things, and the whole pool of knowledge continues to grow. Thank you. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's going to do it, everybody. You already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for stopping by the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. That's going to do it for tonight. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and you know what? Stay fucking brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Stay brutal. And until next time,